All right, you guys, welcome back to episode 3 of our Graveyard Performance Project car build. Today we're going to be going over our suspension, chassis bracing, stuff like that. On our last video, we went ahead and we got the motor back in the car. We will be focusing on getting the JMF, power steering pump, etc. on once we get to that point. But we do want to get the suspension components on so that way we can really dial in how we're going to be running this car, making sure everything's set up, and then we'll focus on the rest of the front. To start, we're going to be looking at our Graveyard Performance GR Series coilovers. These already have the preload set. We have them set to 5 millimeters here. We'll go ahead and adjust the ride height on the rear once we have it in, as well as the front. We do have the TB Performance rear traction bar, trunk brace, and mid chassis brace that we're going to be installing as well. White line front sway bar, rear sway bar, they're end links. And we also got the TB Performance rear toe arms. Another thing we're going to be running are these Corksport rear camber arms. These are going to really help us dial in that track fitment as well as track adjustments to make sure we're getting the best grip that we can on the track. Compared to that, we are also running our Inky RPF 1s with Toyo R888s. We really hope that this is going to be a solid setup for us to be able to take this car around a track and perform really well. So let's go ahead and get into it. But again, make sure you guys like and subscribe before we get this video started. It's going to help us continue to build projects like this for more episodes and do more projects throughout, our YouTube channel series. So we appreciate you guys, and let's get started. We are moving on to our front suspension. We're going to be replacing out the ISC coilovers with our Graveyard Performance coilovers. These do have 30-way dampening camber plates up top, and these are our GR version, so they are valved specifically to this 10K spring rate in the front, as well as they have our upgraded racing oil inside the dampening. We are going to be swapping these out to Fortune Autos once they arrive. Fortune Auto has gone ahead and sponsored us, so we are super appreciative of them. What we're going to plan on doing is running these, getting some data feedback, making sure that everything is the way we want these to be in terms of handling, rebound. That's going to really allow us to hone in on making sure that we're giving you guys the best product. Again, if you're looking for more of a budget coilover, this is the coilover that's going to really help you stay within a good budget, but still improve your handling for your Mazdapeed3, Focus ST. Once you go to a Fortune Auto, keep in mind, those are a much higher quality coilover. Our GR series is 1145. Our regular GS series is going to be starting at $999. The Fortune Autos start at $1799 for their 500 series, but you are getting a much better, higher quality coilover for the price. It really depends on what your budget is and what your goal is with the car. So if you have any questions on that, feel free to reach out to us and we can walk you over your options on what we think you should be getting for your application, usage of it. So we're gonna get these installed, swap out these ISCs in the front. Installing our coilovers, we have 12 mil nuts right here with a slightly larger washer. We're gonna go ahead and put these in, get going, and have some fun with our suspension. When you're installing these, your camber plates should be facing the wheel itself, so they should be in that direction outwards. You don't want them to be like that. You don't want them to be like this or like that. A lot of people will install their coilovers wrong and have improper camber adjustment. Yeah, that's crazy. It's a 21. 21. Can you do something for me? 21? You stupid. No, you're not.
A few moments later.
All right, you guys, so after a lot of struggle, we have the front sway bar out. This is a factory unit. We are going to be upgrading this to our white line unit and getting that installed now. So in the meantime, we won't be needing this. We got the front sway bar in. Just as a quick tip, it is easier to drop your subframe. You have plenty of bolt thread on the front portion. I would just take these rear bolts completely out. They are a 21 millimeter. The front is a 17 millimeter. drop those down. It makes it way easier to access those bolts for the front sway bar. Now we're gonna get the end links connected to our coilovers, and then we'll move on to the rear and start working on our chassis bracing from TB Performance as well. All right, so TB Performance sent us the Gen 2 gusset bar. It will not work on the Gen 1, so we're gonna go ahead and install the Gen 1 front traction bar. We already got our end links on. We're waiting to tighten them down until we have the axles in. So for now, we're gonna install the front, and then we're gonna move on to the back. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my God! What the f? Look at that thing. Fire. A lot of it. What do you mean what's going on? Look at this behemoth of a Black Widow. Where's the fire? I need fire. Where's my fire contraption? Just in case. Now he's dead. Oh, that was life or death right there. Jesus Christ. What the f? I don't even care to finish this car at this point. Jesus f, dude. How are these things surviving? Dude, that thing was massive. Ew. Series is over. I'm just gonna burn the car. I got the itchies, bro. I feel itchy. There's one on me, I know it. I can feel it. I don't even know where I put my tools, to be completely honest. Found it. God damn, bro. This thing got babies in here? Or what? All right. Back to the regularly scheduled maintenance. All right, we got our sway bar in, so now we're gonna get going on the rear suspension and getting our rear high-low kits installed, as well as replacing out these rear struts. Aside from that, we're just about done with the rear. Get our TB chassis bracing on the mid brace and then the rear section, and we'll be ready to get the front end back together and get this thing to fab. Gotta be honest, that felt a lot like a cross thread. All right, you guys, so we got our rear suspension done, majority of the front. We need to get the axles in so we can get everything secured to the actual struts, and then we'll finish up getting these front end links tightened so that we can properly set up all of the preload and sway bar end link height to what we need it to be. So I'm gonna get the half shaft in, Tyler's gonna get the driver's side in, we're gonna get everything going, and then we'll move on to episode 4. All right, you guys, now that we've gotten the suspension fully on, components tightened, everything set where we want it to be, we're gonna start working on the front. I did already get the power steering pulley on here just to make sure, made it up to JMF V2 just to make sure that everything is gonna fit. Looks like we're not gonna have any clearance issues, so took that off. We're gonna get the JMF on episode 4, get the front done, and hopefully have this car ready to go to fab very soon. So stay tuned. Make sure you guys like and subscribe because the next video will be coming very soon. We're going to get this going. We'll see you guys next time.